A lot of people are talking about Bitcoin now and Ethereum, and especially Bitcoin mining, Ethereum mining, and then decentralized finance DeFi is probably the next biggest topic. And well, we've talked about all those things here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. You can even hear a miner behind me right now. And what's so interesting about the project I'm here to talk to you today about is the fact that it's basically aiming, or not basically, it is entirely aiming to bring DeFi and DeFi protocol mechanics to the Bitcoin blockchain in a layer 2 solution, right? And ignore my display that's down off the wall right there. I look ridiculous, like I can't get it up on the wall. I'll take that one out of context. So anyway, today we're going to be reviewing Sovryn and their SOV token and how this is ahead of the curve. Okay, so you can't even buy these right now. We're going to talk about all of that and basically what are they doing, why is it worth it, and why it's kind of exciting. So let's go ahead and run 10 seconds of tails, and then we're going to roll into the sponsored video review of the SOV token. SOV, Sovryn, but it's not spelled like the sovereign you may be thinking of. It's spelled differently, and honestly that's a great thing for SEO, but it's hard to get across when you just speak about it. So hey, that's how you spell Sovryn, and their DeFi suite. So that's what it is, a complete solution, a permissionless trading tools, everyday payments, EVM compatible smart contracts, and privacy. So EVM is the Ethereum virtual machine. It integrates Ethereum development community and provides a bridge to Bitcoin layer 2, and it enables transactions secured by Bitcoin proof of work. So this solution is secured via Bitcoin merged mining. Basically, it's leveraging Bitcoin's massive network of miners to enhance the security just via Bitcoin's proof of work mining. So permissionless trading tools, trade digital assets securely, leverage holdings to build wealth, lend crypto, and earn passive income. To be honest, all things that I am personally very interested in. Everyday payments, it's Bitcoin backed. Stable coins are going to be the collateral here. No need to sell Bitcoin for payments. Scalability achieved through sidechains. Sidechains are critical in this era of cryptocurrency we are in. Okay, because the main chains they're not built out for it, or they can't handle the volume. Look at the massive congestion on Ethereum. And let's look at that real quick. So right here, look at these gas fees. The lowest fee right now estimated to send a basic transaction before you start doing all the crazy DeFi contract interaction stuff. You're gonna be looking at a price of like $7. Okay, so you start to have to deal in the thousands to make anything even worthwhile, because I mean, before you know it, you eat up all your Ethereum just via gas fees. And so we come over here, fees.wtf. And so I'll just log in real quick. Don't remember. This is the second time I've been recording and I can't punch in my correct password. Embarrassing. Okay, so I've dropped 1.37 Ethereum on gas, and that's just a lowly amount of $2,250. Okay, not only would I love to have that money in my pocket, but I would also just love to have an additional Ethereum, and that's just on this one single address I have. You add all the other addresses, it just kind of gets worse and worse. So that's another big selling point that they are trying to make if they can build, this whole DeFi suite out, right? And that's just, they claim that the transaction fees will be just a fraction of the TX fees of Ethereum. And they claim it to be infinitely upgradable and scalable. And they say, most importantly, this all happens with any changes to Bitcoin's code. This is what layer 2 stuff means. It's like building on top of, beside. They're not here to fork Bitcoin. They're not here to even change Bitcoin. They're here to work in conjunction with Bitcoin. Imagine Bitcoin is this beautiful flowing river, and they want to build a village around it. I can respect that. Everybody loves a good village. So let's start to dig a little bit deeper into it. You Google around, you look around, and you start to see a little bit of news, a little bit of buzz. DeFi plus Bitcoin. that has high potential, no doubt about it. That's why, we were on board with this. So Sovryn, a self-built decentralized platform for trading and lending Bitcoin, launched today, and they had an initial, they call it Genesis funding, and they raised 2.1 million. That was later adjusted to 2.5 million dollars, and that was raised in about 15 minutes. One of the backers, RSK, what is this? Open Finance. Open Finance is what Decentralized Finance was previously called, but like OppFi doesn't have the same ring as DeFi. I don't know, just DeFi, it works. That's why that's why they even changed it to right here. Then they don't say OppFi. Anyway, point is, what they're doing is the RSK blockchain is smart contracts for Bitcoin. So it's not just, investors, it's building a network here, right? Let's dig a little bit deeper just into SOV. Okay, so basically group of Bitcoin OGs, original gangsters, old school Bitcoin guys, right? And they want to create the next evolution of Bitcoin. Sovryn goes live, the raise, then over 2 million raised in just a few minutes, 2x oversubscribed. And then in February 2021, the final pre-sale of SOV tokens. So if you do want to get involved, okay, so like this is how you get involved. Your name, your email, join the wait list. So critical details is I'm not entirely sure how they are going to complete their sale yet, but I do know that when it comes to interacting with this whole layer 2 Bitcoin DeFi is that there's going to be no KYC involved. Okay, so no know your customer, no taking goofy pictures with your little your little ID next to you. It's going to be, say similar to things like on Ethereum, which is the whole goal, obviously. But we come over here, we go to Uniswap, and so I could trade one Bitcoin and say I just want to get some more Uni. Currently, one Ethereum would only give me a lowly 77, which is freaking wild. But the point is, I can click swap, right? I can do this, and I don't have to log in, nothing. All of this happens in conjunction with the MetaMask wallet. And so something similar is going to need to take place for them to function with basically an easy to use, light, browser-based wallet that will allow you to interact effectively. With them building layer 2, it's going to be very interesting to see kind of how they go about doing that. Let's talk about their team. Some of their team is private, anonymous. One of the members who's not is going to be Eden Yago, okay? And I'll link all his stuff out below if you want to look into him. This is his Twitter account. He's also been a writer, or he is a writer on CoinDesk. Naturally, one of the things he's writing about is good old SOV. Here's his LinkedIn, and you can see he's been involved with cryptocurrency for years, and literally multiple companies built around it. And so, he's a co-founder. It's not entirely revolved around him, but it's just nice to see some people with some real faces and some real history, being involved with this project, or really any project for that matter. They also have a forum, and one thing that I think is interesting, they've already started their SIPs, which is kind of like BIPs, which if you don't know what that is, that's a Bitcoin Improvement Proposal, or EIP, an Ethereum Improvement Proposal. I imagine this is naturally a SOV, Sovereign Improvement Proposal. And so, for example, on this, this is the draft, and it's the 6th proposal submitted. And from here, you can see the SOV tokens become transferable and liquid. 2 million SOV would be tender. The sale in the form of programmatic Dutch auction with a maximum starting price of 10,000 Satoshi and a reserve price of 3,000 Satoshi. So the Origins pre-sale. I know I'm running a little fast, a lot of information today. Origins pre-sale, so there's the Genesis pre-sale, that's that 2.5 million that already happened. Origins pre-sale is the next pre-sale, and that's like basically the public sale, right? And whether or not you agree with public sales and private sales, or you want everything to just be full-blown mining, I'm not here to debate that today. This is what it is at this point. You can see that on Monday, January 25th, 2021, they launched the Genesis sale, and they set a reserve SOV price at 2,500 sats. Okay, do you know what that is? A sat is a Satoshi. So what is a Satoshi? It's a micro number. It's like pennies to the dollar, but for Bitcoin. The Satoshi is currently the smallest unit of Bitcoin currency recorded on the blockchain. It's 100 millionth of a single Bitcoin. So 0.001. The unit is paying homage to the original creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. So again, it's like pennies for Bitcoin. But when it comes to dealing with Bitcoin, you'll commonly see that Satoshi, you stacking sats and all that kind of stuff. The reasoning behind SIP 0006, you can see they're looking to go into the thousands. This is to allow new members to participate in the Sovryn ecosystem and Bitocracy, capitalize the protocol treasury to ensure the ability to fund the project roadmap, continued maintenance and security of the system, and drive protocol adoption through partnerships and marketing initiatives. Like, that's why I'm here, right? Pretty cool. And people are gonna talk about this organically, but the fact that they're willing to spend money on marketing is a big deal, because that will really propel. And it's very important to just to get out there and be like, hey, look at me, I got cool stuff going on that needs to happen in a cryptocurrency bull market like we're in, because there is so much noise and there's so many people shouting, look at me. Why? Well, that's what this video is all about, is to serve as just a fundamental review and overview. Obviously, I don't care what you do. You can do whatever you want to do when it comes to all this stuff. But everybody always wants to talk price. So we talked about 1 inch. We talked about it numerous times, but one of the main times we talked about it, it was about $1.60 a coin. Okay, and so right now it's trading at $5.85, and if you put $1,000 in, that would get you 170 coins. Roughly, if you would have bought it at the 160 price point, which that was available for days numerous times and cheaper, so you would have gotten 625 tokens, now worth $3,612. Basically, same thing happened with Uniswap. Right now, it's trading over $20 a token, which is wild. 47 unis, what you could get with $1,000. You look at that compared to when you could have bought it for around, say, like $2, for $2-3. I mean, there's a bunch of opportunities there, right? But maybe say 460 tokens, just lowly about $10,000. This is something I always like to look at when we're looking at new projects. Okay, so what do their community sizes look like? Okay, so Telegram, right now they have 2,000 members. And their Discord server has about 2,600 members. And that can give you an idea of how much interest is, taking place here. So, if this project is interesting to you at all, I have both of these linked out. You can you can check out their Discord server, interact with their community and team members, same with their Telegram group. And, above all, if you're interested, again, in this getting in on the origin sale, you want to join the waitlist. It's not something you can do right now. You click buy, it encourages you to join that said sale. Also, did you know that VoskCoin has a Telegram group? You should totally join that one too. Shameless plug, don't care. I want the Telegram group to be bumping. We kind of put it off for a little while, but hey, join. We recently just went over 1,000 members, and I'm eyeing 10,000. Let's look at their pre-sale a little bit more. Again, 2.5 million in their pre-sale. From here, they talk about the race, right? And over here they talked about how this sale took place in only 18 minutes. Oversubscribed by a factor of X2, 800 community members reserved between 0.03 and 2 Bitcoin worth of SOV. So again, super interesting stuff. So Greenfield over here claims to be leading the funding round, and they post basically why they are so interested in this and the involvement with RSK. Like having these key critical partnerships from its inception like this, it's just really going to set them up for success. And one of the key things is, so enter Sovryn, right? Moving to the actual project other than all the other background stuff. So basically, the proposition evolves around spot and margin trading. The former is implemented by low cost, low slippage AMM, which an AMM is basically a Uniswap, right? A decentralized exchange, automated market maker, based on the latest. But I say Uniswap, but it's based on the latest Bancor B2 code. As mentioned, going up to 5x leverage is possible at the start of the platform. 20x leverage perpetual swaps are planned to be introduced in a coming release. Margin trading, BTC, USDT, and Bitcoin-backed DOC can earn interest by lending their assets. Again, that passive income, basically staking. DeFi mechanics, compound governance model. Okay, so that's like all the rage right now. The governments will mainly decide on model parameters, which will ultimately solidify to constants over time. So this SOV token is going to be built to align the stakeholders' interests, and it's going to be time weighted to further kind of push that along. Basically, you take a step back and it's Bitcoin on DeFi, and it's really just as simple as that. And I know I don't want to come off shilly or anything like that, but you basically just, if they do what they set out to do, how can it not find any level of success? DeFi, but not being built on the second largest cryptocurrency ever, but on the biggest cryptocurrency ever as a layer 2 solution, it's pretty interesting. And again, do whatever you want to do. At a minimum, I really do think you should go ahead and join that waitlist, because then at least you'll be notified and you can make that final decision if you do want to get involved when the time comes. The worst thing is that you'd be like, yeah, I think I would be into that, but then that sale comes and passes you by and then you kick yourself. Hey, it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm excited for this. I'm just having so much fun in this crypto bull market. There's so much stuff going on. It feels like, in retrospect, the last couple of years were so slow, and like more stuff is happening in 1 month than happened in entire quarters in some of the previous years in the basically bear market, right? So if I could really encourage you to do anything, it'd be to hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on SOV. As always, I'll see you on the next video.